I think it's very taboo, a very taboo topic when it comes with finances, and especially I feel like it's any culture really, but there's families in general where like they're more educated in finances and all that. But when it comes to my family and the people that I know, finances was a very taboo topic, and then some people in our family still don't want to talk about finances and still don't want to go into the nitty gritty of like changing your financial mindset and changing your financial habits. But with that being said, like this episode, I'm gonna talk about my debt and paying it off. I still haven't paid it off, but it's halfway there, and I'm super excited because I think it was maybe almost a month where I did an episode about finances and like my insights, and I think we could always talk about finances. Finances is honestly, I've noticed that it's not my favorite topic to talk about when it comes to certain stuff about finances, but when it comes with like getting your habits right, getting your finances in order of like, okay, I know how much I spend on fixed expenses. I know like this is how much money I have in my savings, in my other categories, my security fund, all of that. Then that's what I enjoy talking about. And so I really want to talk about my debt and how I'm paying it off, what am I doing, where I'm at, and the things I've been learning about finances recently and how it's been going pretty much. So let's get started with this episode. So I am I was, if I have to say the number, I was $6,601 in debt. Probably honestly it was more, but I kept paying it off and I kept paying and I kept spending and it went back up. My credit limit is 7,000. I don't know if I should be like giving these numbers to be honest, but full transparency here, I was $7,000 in debt, and for the past 2 3 years, it's been on and off. There was this one time where I was so happy because I think I was like $5,000 in debt, and I paid off, and I was at 2,000, and then I bought a course that it was $2,000, and then it was like back to 4 grand, and then I ended up spending more, and it went up, and then they increased my credit limit, and it went even more up. So I was like, no bueno. So I've racked up almost a $7,000 debt, especially with interest and all that. I probably paid about $1,000 in just interest. So that's why it's even harder to do that. And some of the stuff that I did too was like for a whole year I paused my credit card, but because I wasn't working properly, I wasn't able to pay it off. So I just paid less of interest, but it was still the same amount when it stopped. So now I am now okay, now I'll say the number. Now I am $3,500 in debt, so it decreased to almost to $3,000, and I'm super excited because I've been able to pay all of that in just 2 months because of the job that I have. I get paid a lot in tips, and all of that it's like a good thing, but it's a bad thing. Like all of that money has gone to my debt. Like even with the savings that I had, I was able to. So I paid $4,000, but because I think I've also made payments, I probably spent. Technically I paid like about 4,000. I paid $4,000 in debt, $4,000 in just 2 months, but it doesn't. But I spent $500 on like stuff that I probably shouldn't have spent on, but it's okay. I'll talk about it in a bit. But at the end of the day, I'm really excited because I've been paying it off, and I'm not just paying it off, but I'm also working on my habits because you could pay it off like I've done and increase it back up to what the number was. And I really don't want to do that anymore unless it's intentional. Like I need to buy this stuff and I need to invest in it. It's like, okay, what's the plan? Do we have the money for the monthly payment where interest doesn't rack up or it doesn't like take up everything? Stuff like that. So I'm really working on my habits, and I guess I'll talk about what my habits are. So the first one is, you know, paying yourself first. And this is something I've already knew and I've done, but I haven't really I kind of like stopped for a while, or yeah, I kind of like stopped for a while, so I brought that habit back up again. So, there's a percentage that goes into my, now it's called, for me I call it gozar la vida, so kind of like enjoying life. So there's an amount of money. Oh, oh no, sorry, I thought there was a loose dog over there by itself, but as it's on. Okay, and so it's gozar la vida. There's uh, my fixed expenses, which is like rent, bills, all of that goes in one category. And then I have taxes, and then I have like different categories of like things I want to buy or experiences I want to do. So like specifically my road trip, I'm saving for that. So that includes a car, that includes like food, emergency, like equipment that I have to buy for the road trip. So that might take a while, but it's growing. The amount of money in there is growing. And so, thankfully, because I'm in this like consciousness of like manifesting and attracting, and there's a higher power, and we don't have to like life could be simple. Like we don't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be hard all the time. So I've been like manifesting money, and this month, this past July, I've made $4,000 in, I mean, it's been almost like 5 days a week working, but like those 5 days a week, I've averaged about $300 to $400 in tips. So that was a good month. $4,000 was a good month, and fortunately and unfortunately, most of that money went into my credit card. But I was able to spend. It was my mom's birthday month that July, so I was able to treat her on like taking her out to eat. It was also my cousin's birthday, so I was able to buy some stuff so I could. I made her some Belgian waffles, so I was able to buy the stuff to make her because context we used to buy waffles and dinges in New York City, and there used to be like this one where it's like six mini waffles with like I think like six toppings. So it was like whipped cream, walnuts, chocolate, strawberries, and something else I think. And like that was like that still is like one of the best waffles ever. Like they're so good. And obviously I can't take her to the over there because I don't have a car to take her there. To take her to New York City and like, oh yeah, let's go get some waffles. And just like, let me make them because I've already been craving them. Because in my job they also sell them and they're also kind of expensive. It's not a purchase that I I want to do right now. So I was like, nah, I'm good. So I made them because I could make more for less. I think I spent the $20 and I was gonna make like a bunch of them. So I made that for her. Long story short, I made that for her. So I was able to spend that money on her on that. And what else? I made a trip to New York City as well, so that was good. I spent a bit over there, so I think I went twice actually. So all those expenses added up. I made another big purchase, which was with like, and I'm sorry that I'm like thinking while I'm doing the video. Again, sometimes they're not planned, like the topics are, but the actual things aren't. But definitely working on it. Going back to the trips, I did 2 trips to New York City, so I spent also a bit of money there. But thankfully, I was able to pay almost 2,000, I more than $2,000 in my credit card. I think I ended up spending like about $1,000 with like the stuff that I probably shouldn't have bought, but I bought. But I'm still thankful for it. Like I bought some necklaces for like protection, and I bought inciensos, I bought oraculos, stuff like that. So it's been pretty cool. I think it's gonna be pretty cool to like have those. So I'm really grateful for that. So it's like a spiritual thing, and honestly, I don't really buy a bunch of stuff. So when I do, it's kind of like a lot. So that's like one thing, but you know, it's a treat myself type of thing, and I had the money, and yeah, I think that's been like the purchases I've made. But you know, I also had to become conscious. Okay, I should really ask the question like 10 times, is this really necessary? Is this really necessary? And kind of like putting it into a game. I think that's one of the things I read from a book right now that I'm reading, like Profit First. It's like turning it into a game, like how long can I delay this for? And every time you delay, it's like, yes, I was able to delay for one more day. And then you'll realize if you really need it and if you really don't. So that's one thing I've also learned about um like finances, like financial mindsets. Like, okay, treat it as a game, especially when it comes to spending. And again, I've also been manifesting, so I've been working a lot in my mind. Like, I've been doing this affirmation, like, si pasa en mí, pasa en mi camino. And then also this, like, every time I get a tip, I say, que se te multiplique, que se nos, or que se nos multiplique. And it's like this abundance, like, mindset, like, oh, if you're gonna give me, I want you to, like, double it. Like, you gave me, like, a $2 tip, and you end up finding a $5 bill on the floor. You know, that'll be, like, freaking awesome. You kind of, like, you doubled your investment on me, like, on spend, giving me that $2 tip. And so it's been just like paying off my debt and now being 3,500. It's been pretty nice because I know I'm not gonna put it back up because I'm, or if I do, it's gonna be consciously and intentionally. But for now, because it's gonna be like that, that means I'm not gonna rack it up, or put it higher again, unconsciously and unintentionally. You know, it's gonna have its purpose or its reason. And so again, I've been working on my habits. So paying myself first, putting my money into categories, and but most of like with taxes and stuff like that. Sorry, and sorry, and then paying and then putting most of my money into the credit card payment. But yeah, I think I just wanted to share that because I've had so many experiences, especially, and there's a previous with the previous episode I talked about angel numbers, and I've been seeing a lot of angel numbers in my tips. I've been seeing a lot of like this person, this guy, which I'm really grateful for, and I really hope que se le multiplique because in and this girl too, this girl the same with this girl too, que se le multiplique because the guy gave me $100 tip, and that's never ever happened to me ever before. And yesterday, and honestly, I think it was by accident, and like it wasn't supposed to happen, and maybe he was kind of drunk. We're like $100 bill, and I was like, "Are you sure?" But I didn't really question it further. I just like took it out, like, "Thank you so much," and like we like shook hands, and I think he really gave it with like a very loving way, and so I think it's definitely gonna se multiplicar, se le va a multiplicar, and I feel like that's the only way you could give $100 tip is like in a loving way, like here, you deserve this. So I'm really thankful for this guy. I wish I would learn his name. And then this girl too, like she gave me a $20 tip. I am so thankful because again she was also young. I think she was like 21, 22. So for her to also have that mindset, it's very what's the word? Impresionante. It's in Spanish. It's very impressive. There we go. I got it this time. It's very impressive for like a 21, 22-year old to like give you a $20 tip. It's like, oh, here, in case like your day doesn't go that well. And I'm like, thank you so much. Like I really appreciate it. And I wish she would have come back because I would have given her a free drink. Honestly, I would have given her a free drink. But she didn't come back. I was like, no, but yeah. But yeah, I'm really thankful. And like those little stuff, even though we think it's not doing much or it's not giving an impact or influencing our reality, I believe it is. Yeah, you know, those little like moments of like, okay, I gotta be present, I gotta be nice, I gotta smile more. Um, Seeing the angel numbers, being aware. There's this one time, and I believe it was in July as well. This woman had an angel necklace, and I was like, you're here with me, like you're here with me. The angels are here with me, and you know, it's like this back and forth of like communication and like being okay, being happy, and being at peace, like not saying, oh, I want money, I want money is okay, letting go. And when you do have that feeling, it's like being okay, like I do have this feeling. I do want that money, and I do want to pay off my credit card that fast. But I also have to let go. I also have to let go of that feeling because it's not gonna bring. It's not gonna make the money come faster. If anything, it's gonna bring more resistance, and it's gonna delay you attracting more money. And I think that there's other things I still want to do too. Like there's another person coming. I do want to like either get another job or start creating like an offer, which I'm gonna talk about later, and start making more money than I can, and I know I deserve, and I know I have more potential than just working at a minimum wage job where I do make a lot of money in tips, but I know it's something I don't want to do for the rest of my life. So I've been having a lot of like these conversations in my head for the past month, especially when it comes to paying my credit card. I was like, man, I could like imagine what I could have done with all this money if I had changed my habits earlier, if I had made more money, and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I can't change my past. I can't change my future because I we are co-creators of our own reality. So I always ask for guidance to the universe. I see the communication with the angels and which they themselves are the universe. Like all of it is all interconnected. And yeah, and I had to serve a purpose in this job with the people I've met and the friendships that I made there. So I'm really thankful for that. But it's time. It's time to move on. It's time to do greater and bigger things. And if I could bring them with me, that would be amazing. But they themselves are in their own journey, and in whatever way I can, that in a way doesn't hurt me because I get boundaries. Like I'll help you in whatever way you need, and that I and it's in my what's it called? It's in my area of expertise or in my range or whatever it is. But yeah, I am super super thankful for this month. This past month has been an amazing month financially. I still need to work on this stuff, but it's been a great month nevertheless, especially with the tips that I've made, with like insights that I've gotten. It's been really really. I needed to check if I was recording from here. It's been really really nice, and it's it's also and one last thing before I end this is like one last thing is that you know, sometimes we make this amount of money and it's like, man, $1,000 in 1 week or $2,000 in 1 week, but it doesn't change the feeling that you were looking for. Like when I start making $5,000, $10,000, it's not gonna be because I'm making 10,000. It's the process and the moments that have happened along the way and the friendships I made, the people that I've met, the transformation that I've made. And don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna celebrate those $5,000, $10,000, that I get every month. But money is not money is not happiness. Money is opportunity and being able to get more resources and helping others, and giving and it coming back to you and multiplying, expanding, and amplifying the person that you are. So, it's very, very exciting where like I'm seeing this stuff and I know like this is gonna lead me into like manifesting and attracting more money. Hopefully you can't hear the baby crying. But yeah, I think again my emotions and thoughts fluctuate, but they always redirect to that gratitude and like we could do more and we have to reach our potential pretty much. Sorry that I'm going like in rambles and my voice I feel like it's going away. This is my third episode today, and I need to drink more water. So to end this episode, I do want to talk about an offer that I'm working on that I want to see if people are interested. If I would think I don't know if it's gonna be like just women or like men and women. I'm still like seeing, but the offer is this. The offer is having an accountability group or accountability membership, wherever it could be, or whatever we could call it. But pretty much like what it comes or what I would like to do is doing like weekly focus hours where like we work together and like we do we set a goal of what we want to do, and then we work on it on during that hour or two, and it's like, okay, we got this done this week. This is what we wanted to get done this week, and we got it done. We got it done together, but individually, if that makes sense. And the other thing that I also want to implement, and this is like probably gonna be my favorite part of this whole thing, is coming together either bi-weekly or monthly. We're gonna have to see, because I also want to do like maybe in person, or I mean one in person and then one virtually, so that everybody, if it's like people from different states, we could work on this. It could be virtually, but then if there's people in New York City or around that area who want to join, then we could meet up in person. And then it's gonna be talking about our wins, because again, we're probably gonna have like one of the first meetings is gonna be like setting our goals and like what the actionable steps that we gotta do that month, and then for the other months as well. So kind of like reverse engineering, and then like talking about it every bi-weekly or monthly, and talking about like celebrating our wins, what we accomplished that those during those 2 weeks or during that month, and then giving each other advice and feedback on what we could do better in, or you want to do a survey, or you want to put out your own product. It's like, okay, can you guys help me out with this survey? Like, can you answer these questions? And then we can help each other out and just be a better version of ourselves, working on ourselves, especially I think this is really like the main thing with this offer, or like the audience, is like people who have a bunch of interests and like really want to start focusing on like one thing, in the sense of like one goal where they prioritize. Like they could have their own, we could have, because it includes myself, a bunch of interests, but really gotta focus on like that. And then if we can accomplish that month, and the following months, we could still like dive into other stuff, like podcast or another hobby, or buying a resource of like this course that I want to buy or whatever. And but really focusing on that goal, that will be a priority for it. So let me know if that interests you in any way. Send me a DM, please, or an email. And yeah, with that being said, I am super excited for the rest of the year. I'm going to be putting out more videos for sure. And if you're watching this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, don't forget to subscribe/follow. And in Spotify, you get to have that choice of what did you think about this episode. Please let me know of what you thought about this episode. Did you agree? Do you disagree? Do you hate angel numbers? Do you think it's it's not talked about? Is there a lot of things that you disagree? What other topics would you like me to talk about? And if you're watching this in YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share, because that really supports the podcast. And with that being said, thank you so much for listening and or watching, and have an amazing, beautiful day. See you in the next one. Bye.